We are doing our number 1 spiral review. We are starting with compare the numbers. We are comparing the numbers -5 to -2. So if I put my number line, I'm going to put my -5, I'm going to put my -2. I'm going to remember that my 0 is way over here. And so if I were wanting the larger number, I would need to go that way because the -2 is bigger than -5. Anything, this is bigger, this is smaller with negative numbers. So the answer to your first one is the greater than sign. Okay, we're going to go to the second problem. That is says represent with integers. So it says a 30-degree drop in temperature. So that means it is going down. That means it's negative. So your answer will be -30. Okay, next problem is order of operations. 3 plus 5 times -10. So P, E, M, D from right to left, A, S. So that means I need to multiply and divide first. That means I'm going to start with this. 5 times -10. So that's a positive times a negative becomes a -50. Bring down my 3 plus -50. So now I have two different signs, don't I? So different means I find the difference. I'm going to ignore the sign for now because I know that +3 is different than -50. So I'll do 50 minus 3 is 47. And then I'm going to think about which one is further from 0. Well, the negative sign, this one is the furthest from 0, so it wins the sign. The answer to that one is -47. Okay. Next problem. We list the numbers from least to greatest. So I have 2.3. I have 2 4/5. And I have 2.6. So this one and this one is okay, but I need to turn this into a fraction or into a decimal. So in order to turn that into a decimal, I have to do 4 divided by 5. Okay? Why did I add this decimal? Because I can't do 5 to 4. I have to look at 5 into 40. So I'm going to put the 0. 5 doesn't, I can't do this. So there's a 0. So 5 divided by, or 40 divided by 5 is 8. So is that what all that's left? Yes. So my 0.8 replaces this 4/5. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2.8. Instead of 2 4/5, it's 2 8/10. This is 2 6/10. This is 2 3/10. And now that I have them all as decimals, I can easily put them in order from least. So this is my smallest, 2 3/10. My next smallest is this one, 2 6/10, and then 2 8/10. There is the answer. And our last problem is a two-step equation. We are going to break into pieces to make sure that we are doing it correctly. 5n plus 8 equals 43. I need to isolate the n by itself. So I'm going to isolate that n by doing the inverse property of +8. I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. It eliminates the 8 on this side, and I'm left with 5n equals 43 minus 8 is 35. The n is still not isolated, so I have to do the inverse property of division, which divided by 5 on this side, I have to divide by 5 on this side. That turns this into a 1. I'm left with the n isolated. 35 divided by 5 is 7. You will type this answer as all of this. You have to type n equals 7. And there is the answers to your spiral review number 1.